This is a video trip report for the Wind River at 4.7 feet. This is a video format I enjoy doing. I sometimes I'll show most of the rapids on a run and kind of talk it through so you can see the area. In this run today, it's just two of us, and I'm playing a lot. I'm goofing off, so I want to show how I kind of play the river at times. So I want to talk some about technique, but also how to run some of these rapids. So this is sort of a mixture of trip report, but also just a chance for me to talk through what I'm doing as I kind of play my way down the river at times. So it's half education, half information. If you don't want to hear me talk, just turn the volume down and watch. Turn on some Def Leppard, whatever you want to do, and just kind of watch some of the video. But this is a low water wind river. Most people won't go this low because they don't like how rocky it is. I thrive here. I love this. And so for me, this is the rapid above initiation. I like challenging myself on this little right-hand chute because it puts me in these positions that are weird. And I didn't make it. It's challenging. Maybe it's possible. But I also get practice getting my boat off, which I think is an important practice to get. So I love this little move. It's not really dangerous. Kind of the worst case scenario is you get stuck like I did there. And again, putting myself in precarious situations helps me feel comfortable in those situations in the future, and also helps me just get practice doing them. Again, there's a really weird right chute here that's kind of narrow. I'm just going to try out and see what happens. It's narrower than the boat. And it almost wants to wrap there. The water going over that right tube, that could push the boat down and cause a flat wrap potentially. And luckily it didn't in that case. So here we're passing by Trout Creek, and now we're heading into initiation. And to me, this is where shipping is critical here. We got to get your oars and put them into use right away. And that move is tough at initiation. That's why I kind of looked back and gave Brody it's good symbol, because sometimes some flows it's particularly nasty, and that was a good flow to go through there. And he had a solid run. He actually pontooned his cat over a rock there. And at low water, this next section, you could figure out how to get a boat left. It's a little shallow. I'd normally take the right move here. And there's two ways you can go on the right here. I like this really cool airplane turn. And what I call an airplane turn is when I kind of pull up next to something like this, a chute, and do a quick spin into it. That's what I call an airplane turn. And this next section is just shallow, so you have to watch your oars because there's lots of shallow rocks, and there's a lot of places to get hung up. So it takes quite a bit of oar management skill to pull through a lot of this section. And this is why I really like this run. Again, it forces. I know the run really well. This is my practice run. This is my backyard run where I just go and I get reps. If I haven't been boating in a while and I want to get boat something harder, I'll do 3, 4, or 5 runs on the wind to kind of get my timing back and just practice some of these moves. And it just on a run that I know well. And this is what I suggest for many people who want to get better: is you want to go out on a run that you know really well and just get reps, get practice, but also try new lines and play around. And again, I'll do a lot of that down here. Some where it's safe. Some places it's just dumb to do that, right? If it's above a sieve or a log, you don't want to mess around somewhere unsafe. But if it's somewhere you feel comfortable, if you got really stuck, or if you did maybe swim, it's a responsible place to mess around. This rapid pretty much always has the same line. I forget the name of it. It's the one right above Ram's Head. But at low water, it's very technical through this entrance and really requires shipping several times or you're going to smash an oar into something. Right here, this right wall requires a ship. If you don't ship there, you're going to be in some trouble. And this boat, this is a 13-foot wing. It's really stiff. It's a very stiff material. It rows really interesting. You'll notice it barely bends. It's very stiff. And I'm running 10-foot oars, which most people are thinking along. I kind of wish I brought my 9-foot oars this day. But for me, it was just really good practice having the 10-foot oars to really work on my oar management. The beauty of these 10-foot oars is they give you so much power. With this little light boat, I can stop this boat on a dime. It doesn't take much for me to move this boat or stop it. It just takes a lot of shipping, a lot of oar management. And as I think about it, I almost put more time into thinking about managing the oars than where to put the boat. I'm trying to think of where the boat goes, but how do I get it to go to that place and control my oars? See, with these 10 footers, I don't have to try very hard to move this boat. Like, there's just nice, easy pulls to make them move. If I had 9 footers, I'd be doing a little bit more, a little faster strokes, maybe feel a little bit more stressed. You see more oomph in my pulling. With these 10 foot oars, I can just do nice, slow strokes like this right here, and it moves the boat really well. So I'm doing fewer repetitions and more relaxed because the oars are longer. So this here I think is the crux of ram's horn, especially at low water. There's a way to take the right line here, but it's pretty nasty. There's a chance you could flip. And so I kind of pull my way through a bunch of shallow rocks over here. It's not the cleanest line. You can see I get stuck here in a second. Now, this is just part of earning this left line. If I wanted to go right and be a hero, I could. Since I'm the first boat, I don't really want to take chances. There's no downstream safety for me. So if I do go right and flip, I can get in some trouble. Whereas here on the left, I'm probably not going to flip. It's conservative, so there's little chance that I swim over here. I'm just going to put my nose up on this rock. I know I'm going to hit the rock, but if I hit it with my nose, I come off like that. If you hit that rock sideways, you potentially wrap or flip. And it's a funky place, so I'm trying to eddy out here as soon as I can. And not as soon as I can, but pretty quickly in case Brody has a problem. I could go back up there and walk up there, or if he swims, I'm well positioned to pull out and grab him before the main drop here at the bottom of Ram's Horn. Brody's a pro though. Brody I call him the tactician, not the technician. The technician. I call him the technician because his technical skills are amazing, and he's running that with full spinnies and he's not using his oar stops even. He's insies and outies and spinnies. So this is the bottom part of Ram's Horn. And you'll notice, without trying very hard, I can just stop this boat right here. And just take my time, find my exact position, and then go. And really, to me, the key on Ram's Horn, most flows is going through that chute, slowing down, pointing left, and at just the right time, pushing left, and you're done. You don't have to do much rowing once you've done that initial part correctly. If you make a mistake, you're going to end up in the holes in the middle, and you're probably going to be fine, but you could swim or flip, definitely in some places here. Brody waits, pushes left at the right time, and he's not even rowing really right now. It just takes you where you want to go. So this next rapid after Ram's Horn is pretty straightforward. It's technical. There's some challenges, but I'd like to get into trouble. Again, this is a unique place. I just want to see, what happens if I go here? And again, generally the worst thing that can happen is this. Just getting kind of stuck, and dealing with these situations is important because as you push the limits, if you choose to, you're going to find yourself in tough spots like this. And so, getting calm and knowing what happens and what you can do to get undone is an important skill too, and something worth practicing. And I'm almost looking. I've practiced enough on this run. I know where these weird places are. There used to be a piece of wood. Last time I ran this was a piece of wood where I'm about to go. So I was just standing at the check to see if it was gone, and it was. And so I'm going to, again, put myself in this narrow little channel just to see if I can. Again, that's not the normal line, but it's a challenging line. And again, sometimes it works out great, sometimes I get stuck. Notice that log on the right. It's a hazard, something to be paying attention to. The scenery on this rapid is amazing. I'm never looking downstream like I am now in the video. I'm usually focused on the white water in front of me, but the scenery here is so stunning. Again, I could have gone to the main channel, but it's kind of fun to goof around over here. And that leftover is doing what I call a crab stroke. I have it shipped and I'm pushing on it to move myself laterally to the right a little bit. And again, the main channel is to the right. I'm going to go over to the left here and kind of mess around and see if I can make this interesting move over here on the left side. Now, a lot of these moves I'm doing are hard on the boat. I'm bashing into rocks, I'm getting stuck. And so some of you may not want to beat up on your boat a little bit, but if you want to get better, this is where it helps to have a high quality boat that you can bash into things, so you can practice things out. If you're running a boat that you're worried about durability with, doing this stuff is probably a bad idea. Okay, this is balls to the wall right. Pretty tricky entrance. I'm going over. Last time I did this, I ran the right here. I'm going to go left just to try something new. And if you're in a paddle boat or a kayak, the main section down here, most people take the far right side against the wall. There's not anywhere to use your oars on the far right side. You're going to smash your oars against the wall. So I really like this technical down the middle route. So I have use of my oars the whole time. But the key is shipping. You notice I'm not shipping my left oar right here on accident. I didn't pay attention, but I get it done. I realize I need a ship to go through this channel and then have immediate use of it right down in here. If I didn't ship, I couldn't have used my oar right there. And this is where shipping is critical for harder rapids, so you have quick use of your oar. Again, shipping through here. And as soon as I need it, I can put it in the water. And I'm surfing a wave over. You saw the water come over the back of the boat. There's a little hole in there. I used to slow down in and then surf to the left so I didn't hit that rock. And I'm also kind of a little bit surfing this pour over wave. And I'm in this eddy waiting for Brody just for safety. Also because it's kind of cool to be close like this and watch. And Brody does that same thing, that beautiful surf over to get left. Okay, this next rapid is balls to the wall left. And I love this little narrow channel. Sometimes I get stuck. Sometimes I make it like this. Notice how I hold on to the oars for my stability. So shipping your oars and holding on to them is a great way to stay in the boat. If you throw your oars forward or let go of them and hold the frame, I don't think that works. I mean, you're holding on the frame, but I had the oars for stability, and I was able to keep rowing immediately. And I really feel strongly that if you want to improve, holding on your oars for stability is really important. So now I'm back in the main line here at balls to the wall left. At some flows, there's a big hole right about here that flips boats. Not at this flow, but definitely if you're running this river at a different flow, you want to be very cautious of the hole that forms at the bottom of balls to the wall left. Now we're entering Morning Wood. And again, I'm just messing around. There's a great channel to the left here, but I'm experimenting with this right channel, which is again forcing me to ship right there. And I'm trying to see if I can get back above this rock and make this narrow little chute. Tiny high side right there because that's up against a rock. And it's called Morning Wood. There used to be wood in the bottom section of this rapid. You'll see a little bit. This is the first time I've done it after the river flooded a couple weeks ago or a week ago or so. And the woods all moved around, but there's a little wood gathering in this rapid again. And that's kind of an airplane turn. I talked about airplane turn earlier. That's kind of the same thing right there. That's an easier version of it. So the next rapid, we're almost done with the harder rapids here. The next rapid's climax. I'm going to mess around a little bit here. I normally catch the eddy on the left. I just want to catch this eddy on the right. Notice I'm pushing into it. These small eddies, it really helps to push into it, kind of catch it like a kayak would. And this is just me testing my eddy catching ability. Like, can I, how am I doing? Am I able to catch them? Do I need to work on it? Kind of mess up Brody a little bit here with my oar. And my goal here now is to ferry across and catch the other eddy on river left. Again, this is just practice, but I think it's really good to be practicing these eddy catching skills from a push and a pull and all the different ways you can. This is the normal eddy. I might pull over and take a second before running the main drop. There's 3 ways to run the rapid. There's 3 main drops. I'm going to choose today to take the far right one. There was a log in the way last time I ran it, so the log's gone. So I thought I'd do a line I haven't done in a little while. It's a pretty narrow channel that I barely fit through. At higher water, I think that far right line is actually the most straightforward and safest. At low water, I got a little messed up there. So I can't remember the name of this rapid right now, but I'm really trying to mess around here. I'm trying some things out. My goal is to go far right. I really like the drop on the far right, and so I'm going to start far left and I catch this tiny eddy, which again is just good practice. And I'm going to attempt to surf this little pour over hole all the way to the right to end up right. So this is where it's good to practice surfing. So when you want to try to do it to make a maneuver, you kind of understand how it works. And I found out that I wasn't going to make it. Basically, like, that wasn't going to work. It was an idea I had, but it didn't work. So there's a little different maneuver I'm going to make here in between some rocks to get over to the right side. A little bit of a surf there. Again, controlled surf. And then running this final little drop on the right. So that's it. That's the wind at 4.7 feet. Hope you enjoyed this. As always, if you have questions, comments, you want to tell me things I can do to improve, please add those down in the comments section below. And yeah, we'll do more of these soon.